This is the Kathy Vic Deeply Awake, and we are celebrating a very important day for this one today. And some who have been reading along know that the 25 May, this is a big day. Well, we allowed her finally to look at the numerology of this. And of course, what does 525 spell, gang? Well, that would be, what? Yes, that's a 12. Well, it's still in process how to refer to this. However, this is the end, or consider it the penultimate epilogue to the little book we put up there yesterday, okay? Because we cannot go and do things without giving you gift first. It's important, and this is a very, very large gift. We won't even say breadcrumb. We cannot really even say it is loaf bread. It is more like one of those bread factory where you get lots of different kinds. From this beautiful thought come very many beautiful kinds of foods that will feed many for many, many, many years, we say. It's possible if it's considered and thought about and published and distributed and la la la. Because we would only come to you on such a special and auspicious day if we did not want to tell you of things that are in the moment. Okay. So, let us review. When the idea of the radio came, how many inventors had been working on it for how long? Wasn't there some kind of contest? Didn't someone of a lower integrity, we would say, an integrity that was so well, of course it's a story for the time, is it not? Morally bankrupt, and but getting many ideas out there. So, is it good or bad? Right or wrong? Sainted or devilish? Well, that would be for the quantum observer to decide, right? The truth is that many people got that idea, and then there was a mechanism that put it into place. And we say the mechanism could have been very, very cooperative and benevolent, but we don't think that it would appear that it was. So, that's a consciousness, guys. That's what we would say is an agreement field with divine or inspired or creative information coming from, I don't know, the dream state. Deep thoughts an inventor has while taking a crap. It happens, or in the shower, or while making love. Shh, don't tell nobody. I got this idea the other night in a naughty place. Yeah, it happens, guys. And you're well placed, and you go to work, and you draw some designs, or you go in your basement and you tinker and putter, and then a brand new invention that works, or almost does. Just need a distributor or somebody who can make it happen. Look at the poor Tesla. Baby, it'd be better now. You come back and wow us, and make sure you got lots of sense of humor, and rub it in our faces now and then. Have your proof. Look for it. It'll be so fun. Anyway, getting back to the middle of the path, esoteric way, instead of way over there in the la la land. Okay. So this great idea come to many, and then it gets put into operation, and then everyone has a radio. Who cares how it happened? I got a radio, and first it was the AM, and then it was AM, FM, and then it was the Sirius. Interesting. And the Pandora. Interesting. And the YouTube. And the internet. And now everyone talk to everyone else. You think maybe that the radio possibly might have been a symbol for a consciousness change? Then there's a TV. More than one person got the idea for that. Are you aware that there is a generation of kids who are talking about magnetic this and magnetic that, magnetic cars and houses, that whole schools which are self-sustaining? They have these dreams at night, dear ones, all over the globe. And what will they find now? Perhaps in another 10 years, they will find a more cooperative infrastructure, perhaps, with individuals who have been softened in their thinking. Who might see the sense in maybe a little bit of solar power. And maybe thinking about how the earth is kind of an engine all on its own. And perhaps it will just begin to make more sense to do this or that than the other. Because it looks as if there might be better things that come if they might take these new thoughts and follow them just step by step. But there will be those who will take one look at it and go, holy crap, that's a gold mine. And they are the old souls with the monies. We love you the best. Come call us, please. See, we all get hooked up. But that's not the point. That's so not the point. The point is this. A consciousness that says, oh, look at the good idea. Hey, I know what I want to do. Let me take it from you and then impoverish you. Thank you. Oh, why? Well, because I can. When I'm in power. So, oh, you don't like that? Well, you can go to the courts. And then you can tell me about it in a big loud voice. But I have more money, so I'm going to tell the voice to be quiet, and it will. Okay? So, okay? And the inventor goes, well, I don't see any other thing to do, so okay. And there we go. Do you think maybe that might be from, oh, I don't know, being in the middle of an agreement field? Yeah, we would say. Could we also make this agreement field, oh, let's just label it, oh, I don't know, the third dimension? Sure, why not? Sounds pretty. It sure is loaded with symbology. Sure, third dimension. And there's truth to this, so okay. And it's the third planet from the sun, blah, blah, blah. And so, we ask you. Rupert Sheldrake talked about morphogenic fields. He talked about atomic structure. And we will have to check, but can you not see he was also talking about magnetic fields, which create through geometry, through spin, through many things that are not quite languaged yet. Living tissue with magnetic DNA, building blocks, which respond to magnetics, which are part of magnetics. And these fields express, these magnetic, beautiful geometric fields of consciousness express as agreements with each other, dears. Social contracts. Agreements between the sheets between people. On the subway. Agreements. I agree that when you're angry you can scream at me. I agree that I do not have enough worth to stand up to you and say no more after you've slapped me in the face. I agree I will not indicate distaste when you tell me how deficient I am at my living. And we suggest that when you have to submit yourself to a metal detector, to go and talk to a man to solve a problem, that there might be a problem in the agreement field. Is this appropriate behavior for simple problem solving? And what about those tempers? And what about the need for metal detectors because people are walking around with a means to extinguish one another because they get angry, or they feel put upon, or they feel threatened? By what? We suggest it's an agreement field. Call it what you like. But we also suggest that it is magnetic. Quantum biology. Now, if this is so, and it's also a dimension, can we not suggest that the biology may not change if the magnetics change and morph and become a bit more fluid, become a bit more complex, as in perhaps the fifth dimension, moving from 3 to 4, which we've already talked about what the far means, and this is littered with fars, and then we move into the fifth, which is a difficult harmonic. It's wobbly, and it's not stable, and it's beautiful, hypnotic even, but not symmetrical, not symmetrical. But from whence it came, the sixth, unconditional love, and through matter becomes the 5. So beautiful, but so difficult. May we suggest this is the idea, but with this new energy that is coming to and through, there's science, guys. Just look at the science. You will see that it's easier to move up in thinking, in perspective, in mood, in physical vitality, in understanding, in integration. Can't you see its evolution? How is it driven, dears? With the DNA. Could this be by agreement, you think? Could it also be by, oh loved ones, could it be by request? We would say yes, and the wonderful thing about this dimension is that there is amnesia that is biologic. It's required. There is a certain amount of what we call amnesia that must be part of the weave of linear reality, and it's a gift. How else can these gifts be manifest but by building on each other, increasing the complexity of the harmonics? Look at the crop circles. Look at how they presented. It was like elementary school, and look at them now. Don't you understand how simple this is? Nothing to do about whether you're worthy. How can you think you're not? Look at how you are made, and look at each other in all your strength, in all of your sadness, in all of your confusion, in all of your love. Can you not see this is something you are doing to assist one another, to learn how beautiful you all are, and what a gift this life is to begin with? How impossible are these thoughts when you are in a magnetic field of consciousness that is self-perpetuating and imprisoning in its presentation. A trigger is comparing yourself to another. It will automatically trigger, making the cells remember. It's not so much the thinking or feeling, the words. It is the belief that this is indeed valid. It is not a valid pursuit. And the other is finding more value in another than you do in self. Whoop! Magnetic switch. The other switch is no. Saying no to new opportunity. You put those three together and you may as well stay there forever. It is a choice at a certain point. With enough enlightenment, then boop, the fifth is becomes something that is not possible really in the end to well, we say that if becoming aware of these things magnetically, it is biochemical and not genetic, chromosomal or DNA, whatever. And so being aware and then deciding not to do it or not to explore or whatever is fine. It's not harmful. It's a form of we say disbelief is difficult, doubt is the birth canal basically, and saying no is just choice, and that's fine. Much can be done in place and winds up being done in place because it is natural evolution. And so the ones who are aware of things early, they some resist it forever, and it takes another life, and then that's fine. And it may take two, but in this kind of energy it's so potent that the idea is to then come back and you're in a different agreement field already, and you don't have to fight it. We have many teachings about how to flip out of it, yada yada, but we thought it would be helpful to put it all together for you. We say these words are profound, and we believe at times that information itself is a balm. It may blow open your mind, and you may walk around like you feel, oh my God, where'd my skin go? All I feel is stardust. And you might have some weird thoughts. But you know what? The funniest thing? Well, we would tell the one before you things that would blow her mind in the 90s, yeah? You think she remembered them? Well, eventually. But much of this is capsulated, and it's not for a lot of people right now. It'll become more and more salient as a synthesizer, and we have much work to do on the theory of validity as well as other things. We must lay some foundation and have a plan, but this takes time, it takes work, and it takes many things, and so we need to go, and we want to leave you in sure knowledge that this holy, ancient and sacred information is given to humankind in deep respect and in reverence to a beautiful humanity that is just bursting with such love, you know, for each other, such love between nations, such love. Please allow this love to enter your own vehicle. Become aware. Look around you and be aware of how much you love certain things. Just certain things. But it's just consuming and beautiful, and it makes you feel like There's no such thing as a burden. There's no such thing as a worry. Just thinking about this thing you love. Then please give this love to yourself. For your travels, for your worries, for your fears, for the things that you say are weaknesses, for the things you say others dislike about you, for the things that you don't like about yourself. Consider if you can love an animal or a tree or a baby as much as you do. It's not only possible, but it's your native state to feel this for yourself. By doing so, the magnetics alter, and you enter something that feels a little bit better and possible suddenly. Possible to finally have some ease. Be there for 5 seconds or be there for the rest of your life. But it's where Creator dwells, and from where you've received all the guidance and all the blessings and all the days of your life. We leave you in such joy, peace, and harmony this day. This one told her sister as she reflected, realizing it's true. She said, thus far, this actually is the very best day of my life. And so I very much would like to go and celebrate this joy I found. But I'm so glad we had a chance to talk. It is simply overwhelming. And we are truly blessed among men to be able to give you this gift of higher consciousness, of higher perspective, of more loving and rational and common sense and divine information for your consideration, because we believe that you are mature enough and responsible enough to digest it, to begin to apply it, and to see how the study of coherence starts. We are pleased with our work. Sailor.